All right, y'all, today is going to be a super fun build video. It's going to be James Harden today. It's one of my favorite builds to make every single year, and this year in 2K26, it seems like this build can be absolutely insane, including cap breakers as well as just what you can get on the build. So James Harden, shooting guard, you can do point guard for this as well. It doesn't really matter. I think James Harden is more of a shooting guard back when in his prime, because I'm making this prime version of James Harden 2017-18 season when he won the MVP. That's what I'm aiming for this James Harden build. We're going to do 6'5", 220, and 6'10" wingspan. These are all his exact attribute measurements for height, weight, and wingspan. So I just threw them on because we do want to make them as accurate as possible to real life as we can get in 2K. So going forward to the attributes, these are all the attributes here right now. We're just going to go over them all pretty quickly. The one thing that does kind of stick out is the fact that he doesn't have any rebounding, because obviously James Harden was a decent triple-double threat when he was a player, but what I did want to do is play more to his strengths, and I believe this build does do exactly that. So on this build, we're gonna have a 77 close shot. It links to the mid-range shot. We want to keep that at 92 for other reasons. All right, so I did mess around with the build a little bit just then. I did move the driving layup up to 82 because, as you can see in the animation glossary, James Harden layup style and all those animations are gonna need to be an 82 driving layup. So I am actually worried about getting that on this build to make sure that we can make him play as similar to James Harden as possible. Now, that's what a lot of these attributes are kind of just meant to do. 82 driving dunk is a solid enough driving dunk on its own. The reason I have it here at 82 for the driving dunk is so you can get it up to 89 using 2 cap breakers. You're going to go through the cap breakers at the end of this build video. 82 driving dunk does allow you to get up to 89 using only 2 cap breakers. Now, the reason we're going to go for 89 is going back to the animation glossary. If you go to dunks, you're going to go to contact dunks, and you only need 87 driving dunk and 75 vert. Now, looking further into it, for the contact dunks off 1, you do need an 89 driving dunk and a 78 vert. Now, I did actually just update the build a little bit more because we do want to make sure we can get up to the 78 vertical, as well as being able to get to the 89 driving dunk, because 78 vertical gives you the pro contact dunks off 1 as well, which I do want to get on this James Harden build. In his prime, he was dunking on people. He was doing the nosebleed celebration, which was very interesting and very cool. It is in the game this year, so you can throw it on your James Harden build, which is going to be super fun to do. Yeah, I would recommend keeping driving dunk at 82 and vertical at 71. You'll be able to get them both up using only 4 cap breakers. So only 4 cap breakers on this build will unlock pro contact dunks off 1 and 2, and with the vertical required for that as well. So it will also actually get you up to silver posterizer as well. So it's very, very handy. You're going to have silver posterizer and pro contact dunks on this build after using 4 cap breakers. Not too bad at all. Standing dunk and post control are just both the exact minimums of what they can be. You need the driving dunk at 82, and then standing dunk, there's literally nothing else we can put on. I mean, we can put it on free throw. I mean, James Harden having a free throw on this build is going to be insane. So it's very nice to have it here. Ball handle is just linked to the post control, which is why we have post control at 36 there. Shooting is the best attribute on this build for sure. It is going to be a 92 mid-range, which gets you gold deadeye as well as gold shifty shooter. So make sure you keep the mid-range at 92. 3-point shot's going to be maxed out as well at an 89. I do believe you unlock silver limitless range, which you do. So make sure you're getting that up to 89. Free throw obviously doesn't need to be this high in all reality, but this is a James Harden build, okay? I'm making a James Harden build. He's one of the best free throw shooters and one of the highest free throw attempts per game of any player that has ever played the game. So make sure we have the free throw high, because you're going to be knocking down free throws on this James Harden build. Now, playmaking is where it gets very solid. You're going to have 86 ball handle, which unlocks every single James Harden dribble move in the entire game, as well as 86 speed with ball, which also unlocks James Harden dribble style. Everything you need dribble wise will be unlocked at James Harden. If you're making this build to play like James Harden, as well as just play a good, like, this is a good ball handling build. You can be a point guard or a shooting guard, even though your position is shooting guard. It's basically a combo guard type of build. So 85 pass accuracy does get you up to bronze bailout, as well as having gold versatile visionary. James Harden was a great passer in his time. He was absolutely throwing lobs to Clint Capella. He's throwing corner passes to PJ Tucker. In his time with the Rockets, he was just passing all around and getting, like, I'm pretty sure he led the league in assists a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken. So making sure we have this pass accuracy at 85 is going to be very helpful for the build. I already did mention these two get the James Harden dribble styles and stuff like that. You also get silver dribbling badges, and the strength is a little bit low. You don't get strong handle on this build, but you can also use cap breakers on that, so it's not too hard there. The worst thing about this build is going to be the defense. I did want to give James Harden a silver glove, because James Harden is really good at, he has really good hands. Like, he can reach and get steals. That's about his only strength on defense. So I did give him a 79 steal to get up to that silver glove, as well as silver interceptor. So you'll be able to steal the ball occasionally. Your perimeter defense is at 73 specifically, so you can actually get challenger and pick dodger. You can upgrade this one more and try and get up to on-ball menace, but I didn't really see the value in it, and everything in this build is so, like, so pinpoint accurate that I didn't want to worry about getting one more perimeter defense point. You do get bronze challenger, bronze pick dodger, and you'll be able to get immovable enforcer if you do use cap breakers on your strength attribute. Everything else in defense, this build is not going to be good defensively, but it's a James Harden build. It's not supposed to be. Rebounding is the one thing that is kind of sad on this build. You aren't able to get your rebounding when making a build like that is insane on playmaking and shooting, as well as having some contact dunks. So unfortunately, rebounding is not something that we can get on this build. James Harden has always been a decent rebounder. He's never been an outstanding rebounder though, so I don't feel too bad about it. Now we are going to look at the speed agility. Speed is just tied to speed with ball. Agility, I did upgrade this as much as I possibly could on the build to 81 because 81 agility is very nice. If you have an 80 plus, you're going to be able to move pretty decently and you're going to unlock some decent motion styles as well. Strength is only at 57. It is at 57 and upgraded a little bit just for the fact that you can upgrade this using your cap breakers, and I would recommend using some cap breakers on strength, at least 2 or 3, to get it up to a movable enforcer as well as a physical finisher and some strong handle badges. So make sure you upgrade the strength using cap breakers as well as vertical. Vertical does need to get up to 78 vertical. You'll unlock gold pogo stick, you'll unlock silver posterizer. You won't be able to get high flank denier or rise up, but it's totally fine without any of those badges. Your vertical will be very solid. That is going to wrap it up for explaining the build here. So I'm going to hit start. We're going to see exactly who we get. Ray Allen, Brad Beal, and Jeff Hornacek. Okay. Shot creating combo guard. If that doesn't sound like James Harden, then nothing does, because that is an absolute shot creating guard right there if I've ever seen one. The only weakness he has is will struggle to contain skilled players outside. That's not too bad. He only does get gold badges on shooting, which are his best badges. I mean, free throw, mid-range, and three-pointer. That sounds like James Harden to me. His mid-range was never all that great, but I do want the mid-range at a 92 to make sure you get the gold shooting badges. Without that being a 92, you'd only get silver. So I'm going to advance here, do a rebirth, and show you guys exactly where you should use your cap breakers. Personally, I have 7 cap breakers total right now, 1 from playmaking build specialization and 6 from all around the other stuff that I can get from the city, like cruise, leveling up to the rookie 5, season XP, stuff like that. So make sure you guys are worrying about these cap breakers when you're making a build. Every time you make a build, you should check this out to make sure it is all good. So the first things I would upgrade, like I did mention early in the video, upgrade your driving dunk 2 times for your cap breaker. That'll get you up to 89 driving dunk, and upgrade the vertical 2 times, which gets you up to 78 vertical. Those are both massive that you need to make sure you get, because it'll unlock the pro contact dunks off 1 and off 2, as well as silver posterizer and gold pogo stick. Not bad at all. Now everything else is kind of up to your own discretion. You can upgrade driving layup a little bit more if you want that. I wouldn't really recommend it though. Playmaking isn't worth it to upgrade since it's only giving you 1 in each one. What I would recommend upgrading next, after you do the vertical as well as the driving dunk, throw some attributes on strength. If you get up to a 73 strength, you do get gold strong handle on this build, which is very solid. And as you can see here, you get 15 and then 21. So 21 plus 57 is well over 73. It's actually going to be 78 strength if you use 3 on it. If you only use 15 on it, you'd only get up to 72, which would give you the movable enforcer badge, which is still good. But I would recommend using 3 cap breakers on strength, and that would close out my entire 7 cap breakers that I have available, because playmaking build specialization isn't showing on your screen here, but I do have it available when I did equip playmaking specialization to the build, which I would recommend. Equip your playmaking build specialization, throw your +2 on your lightning launch badge. You'll be able to get up to lightning launch on legend, which is definitely a worthwhile badge and a must-have, honestly. Now, one thing nice about this build is the fact that the agility can get upgraded really quickly since it is a bit lower than the speed. So after you do spend this other stuff on strength, I would recommend either increasing your defense up here with the steal or the perimeter defense, because obviously you do want to have some of that. I've seen stuff that if you're doing jump contests a lot, that block is the attribute that matters. So if you have a lot of cap breakers remaining, just throw some on block. You can get it up to a decent little amount there. So if you used all 5 cap breakers on your defensive rebounding when you have that maxed out, you can actually get up to an 80 defensive rebound, which gives you silver rebounding badges, the box out beast and the rebound chaser. So if you have a bunch of attributes laying around and you're watching this super later in the year, definitely do what I did first with the driving dunk 2, vertical 2, strength 3, so that is 7 done. And if you have 5 remaining or somewhere around there, like a crazy amount, you can spend it on defensive rebound. You'll get up to an 80 defensive rebound and actually be able to rebound the ball on this build. But that is going to wrap it up for the build here. I am going to do the face scan for you guys now afterwards. Make sure you guys stick around for that. I'll throw it on the end screen now. I'm signing off for now, and I'll catch you later.